In this video, I'm going to share with you guys 10 LEGO tricks and techniques to use in your mocs, just like I have over the past few years. Some of these have really helped me in my builds, and I hope they do the same for you as well. So without further ado, let's get into the first technique. The first technique I have is using bricks and then putting pins in between them for them to connect. This allows to build in opposite direction. You can build onto the bricks already placed and add tiles to the ends to smooth it out. I did this on my LEGO Kashyyyk mock with the towers. On to technique number 2. This next technique I'm going to show you all is called snot, which I've used significantly on my Kashyyyk mock as well as other mocks. Personally, I think it's probably one of the most important techniques when building LEGO. Have you ever noticed that small little bulge from the bottom of the snot brick when you put a plate on it? Well, I have. But I found out by placing 2 plates under the snot brick, you were able to build a seamless connection for the plate to line up perfectly with the ground. I mainly do this when I'm building a lot of terrain and slopes and all that, but you can kind of do whatever you want with it. On to our third technique. This is probably one of the most simple techniques in this video. All it is just placing plants over the area that you want covered, instead of doing it with tiles or smaller plates. It's something you can experiment while doing and testing different plants, as well as a money saver for specific plates and parts. The next technique I'm going to use is also using the snot brick, which we had used earlier in the video. All it is just placing the bricks on their side and putting a plate on top to connect them together. It is similar to the other technique, as when you put a plate on it, it's a seamless connection with no other parts sticking up or anything like that. This is how I constructed the towers in my Kashyyyk mock that I did a while back, and safe to say I think they turned out fairly well. This next technique is in the same category as snot, but it's using a bracket piece instead of a brick. You are able to create a 90-degree angle with this technique. First, you place a plate, then a tile on top of that, and then on the top side of the bracket, you then place another plate, making so it lines up with the plate and tile placed before. This is probably one of my favorite techniques. Technique number 6 involves cheese slopes. Now, cheese slopes have a fairly weird angle, which I like about them. You can connect them together, however, in a way where it makes an angle on some sort of wall or part of some sort of mock you were building. All you have to do is connect them to some sort of plate and line them up correctly. I did this technique a while back on my secret Ren Var mock that I had up on my channel for a little bit. I'm sure there are many other ways for you guys to use this technique though in your own builds. Technique number 7 has to do with the famous headlight brick. This is something I found out just by playing around with parts, and connecting them all together like this creates a little square. You could probably use this as some sort of floor or something, depending on what kind of parts you have for that and if you can create a pattern. Technique number 8 isn't really much of a technique, but I've used it before. All you have to do is get these little bar gun pieces and put them on your Mandalorians. Personally, I think they fit better than the bigger chunky ones LEGO puts with the Mandalorians. Technique number 9 has to use with a bar and jumper plates. By placing the bar in between the plates, you are able to make it so that you can build both ways. You are also allowed to build onto it, just like I did here. The last technique I'm going to talk about is the perfect cube. And all you need for this is a brick, a tile, and a plate. And as you can see, when I put it sideways, it lines up perfectly with the 2x2 plate. That is going to wrap up this video, and I hope you all enjoyed these 10 tricks and techniques to help you build your mocks. Let me down in the comments below which one is your favorite and which ones are you going to use in your future builds. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.